Hey everybody, happy Monday. We're Matt and April Finley, and welcome to the MLSP Mastermind United group weekly team coaching, aka the Freedom Posse. And we're just excited that everybody is able to make it out to join us tonight. As you guys may or may not know, April Tucker is traveling home from the NPros marketing event in Vegas, where if you've seen the pictures on Facebook or anything, it looks like everybody was just having an awesome time with Eric Worre and Robert Kiyosaki and Tony Robbins and all kinds of other just huge names in the network marketing industry and online industry and entrepreneurship. It's not isolated to network marketing by any means, but yeah, so I'm excited because I think over the next couple of weeks, April's just still going to be riding the excitement that she picked up at the event, and we get to benefit from that. So if you guys are brand new, if this is your first time to a Monday night coaching, this is a team coaching for April Marie Tucker's team and my Matt Finley's team. So if you are here, it's probably because you were referred into MLSP by one of us, and we just get on this every week to answer questions and just help you guys cut down your learning curve and start generating leads for your business using MLSP and other tools that we have at our disposal. So I'm just seeing folks come in right now, and wow, we've got a good crowd tonight. I see Lynn Clarkson. What's up, Lynn Clarkson? We've got, hey, Nicole. We've got Cliff. Hey, Lisa. I see Tommy. What's up, Tommy? Welcome back from California. We've got Sherry on. And then also, you guys, if I'm posting in the chat, you'll see me posting as April Tucker because we're using her Webinars on Air account. But she's not really here. It's just me posing, April Finley, posing as April Tucker tonight. So not to confuse you guys. But again, I'm really grateful that everybody is able to make it out tonight. And I'm really excited because we have a super special guest with us tonight. And he's actually one of our own. He's part of the Freedom Posse, just like everybody else on this call. And he's a good friend of mine and Matt's. And we're excited to bring him out to talk to you guys tonight. Ed O'Neill, and he recently hit L1 inside MLSP, which is the hardest ranking to hit, in my opinion, within My Lead System Pro. And if you're new to MLSP, basically L1 is when you've referred 4 people into MLSP and they've paid their first month membership. So every time that happens, you get
4 mastery. 3 mastery and 1 university.
Yes. Yeah. So when that happens, you start earning money. You have a group of people that you can begin teaching and coaching, and it really means that you've arrived. It really means that you're figuring some stuff out. You're getting some results with the system. You're getting busy and taking massive action, and that's exactly what Ed's done. So we wanted to bring him out tonight and just kind of let him share with everybody how he's gotten where he is and tell you a little bit about his story. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Ed O'Neill to the call tonight. Hey, Ed, how's it going?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We are doing great. So happy to have you out here with us tonight, and excited to hear about your story a little bit more and how you're getting some of the awesome results that you're getting within MLSP.
Good deal. Well, thanks a lot. Well, first of all, I am a product of MLSP. Matt and April, you guys found me. I guess we determined yesterday was through Twitter back in January, I believe it was. And I know, April, you had followed up. You called me. Exactly what you guys did is what the system's all about. So I believe we determined it was back in January. I didn't know what Instagram was. I just started my Twitter account and went from there. So first of all, I want to thank you guys. You guys have been pretty much the whole thing for me. Really helped me out and created a great team here and a great environment. So
Awesome.
really awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot.
absolutely. We love working with you, Ed, and we're just really grateful for that opportunity. But I have to say, you're just really somebody who has come in. You've plugged into the system, you watched trainings, and you started implementing what you're doing. So kind of tell us, how did you get into MLSP, or kind of what were you doing up to the point where you ran across MLSP?
Okay. I was new to the industry. I come from traditional business, so I was new to the industry. So I have about a month or two of floundering around, trying to talk to friends and family and all that. I just immediately started looking for other options. And fortunately, I found you guys and MLSP. Um, so what happened was I didn't know anything about social media. I had an account that my daughter had set up on Facebook, had never ever posted anything ever. I think I started my Twitter maybe a week or two before I met you guys. So I knew nothing whatsoever. And then I didn't do MLSP the right way. I kind of bounced around. As Matt knows, I had this shiny object thing, so I, I tried a little of this, a little of that. Um, Looking back, though, I would definitely recommend if somebody gets in it today, the best thing for them to do would be do the step by step. Follow the step by step, start here, and you'll save yourself a lot of confusion and some frustration. Um, but I found it as an absolute novice, I found it very easy if you followed the steps. If you follow the steps. But I did the wake up calls, I did the webinars as much as I possibly can make time for. I did.
Awesome. And what did that do for you, plugging into those wake up calls and the webinars and stuff? How did that help you with your own marketing activity and your results?
The first thing for me was seeing people that actually did it. And hey, you see some of these leaders that it gives you something to believe in, because I had no point of reference. It was just brand new to me. And then saying, "Wow, that's an interesting way of doing it," and that's this. So it gives you that point of reference, um, and then realizing that it does take time. It really does. But I think plugging into the community, everybody, especially you guys, but everybody's been helpful. The Wednesday webinars are awesome, but even if you only have a couple hours a week to devote to it, you can get a lot of value out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes, sometimes you'll find that there will be a leader teaching on something. Maybe it's a completely different marketing strategy that you are not even focused on right now. Because definitely one of the things that we teach in MLSP is find one marketing strategy and really master that. Don't try to learn everything and try to do everything at once, especially when you're brand new. But even being a part of those other webinars, regardless of what the marketing strategy is that they might be teaching on any given night, there is one thing that's consistent throughout all the leaders, and that's the way that they speak and the way their mindset about growing their business online, branding themselves, providing value to their audience and stuff, and that's stuff that translates regardless of whatever your marketing platform or your primary strategy that you're focusing on is. So yeah, I have to agree with you. It's definitely worthwhile to attend as many of those trainings as possible, just to start picking up the language and the mindset that comes along with being a top earner in this industry.
Absolutely. And the one thing you learn quickly is right away you know more than 80-90% of the people in the industry as a whole. because most people don't know. They have no idea. They really don't. And you think you know nothing, but you really do know. You do
Yeah.
know more than most
So what was that moment
in a
like
short
for
amount
you?
of time.
What was that moment like for you? Like what was the moment when you like started to realize that the information, the education that you were getting was setting you apart from the rest of the marketers online?
Well, it took time to realize that there's so much opportunity. You don't want to go all over the place. So that's why I'm saying, looking backwards, I would say definitely follow the training in order as much as possible, but be realistic too. You want to be realistic. I generated leads pretty quickly. Just because we had to do the webinar tonight, I checked, and I've done almost 500 leads.
That's
And I've
awesome.
had times where I was inconsistent, but it's just you get it, and then there's times you get the fact that, hey, I'm just new. I'm just, but now I can understand that people learn how to automate things, learn how to use their time more efficiently. If you get that whole overwhelmed thing and just throw in the towel, where you going? Back to a job, back to whatever. This is the way that works. How long is it going to take? It depends on you. It depends on how much time you're willing to put in. If I give anything, I would say be consistent and do as much as you can. If you can only do an hour, you do an hour, but don't be inconsistent. You do what's consistent for you, and be patient. You got to be patient. And you guys know I was not patient. I was calling you guys every 2 days. I didn't get any leads. I didn't get this, and my thing's not working, and whatever.
Yeah, that was
And
okay though. That was okay though, because it was kind of in the beginning of before our business really took off. So in a way, you were helping us to stay consistent because we were always trying to figure out answers to your questions. So.
so that's a good question. Thank you. No, it's a great system. Hey, just the mindset, being a part of a group that has so many seven-figure earners that plug into it. It just there's so much value, and you don't even realize it. Just some of those trainings in the back office, there's thousands and thousands of dollars worth of things that you can use that you don't realize. You don't realize until you're like, wow. I just recently listened to and I want to say it was a Jessica Higdon Facebook, but it may have been Michelle Pescalacito. I forget. Just a few days ago, I'm pretty sure it was Jessica Higdon, and I was like, wow, that's probably $100 training right there, and just so much. I mean, I don't know if anybody knows, but there's got to be so many hours of training. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
to me, the value is just there. And if you get one or two members, it pays for your membership.
That's
That's
right.
all you need, is to get a couple people in there and just plug into things like this. And everybody's been so helpful, especially you guys. But you've plugged me in with a lot of people, and no, it really does make you feel part of a community, and it's awesome. It's really helped me anyway.
Yeah, definitely. So Ed, you've been with us it'll be almost a year.
It'll be
Not
a
quite.
year
It's
in
been about nine.
January.
Yeah. So, in that time, like you're all over the place now. You're on Twitter. You're doing videos on Facebook. You're doing Instagram. I know you've got a blog that you've got set up. So, if you were starting all over again tomorrow and you were brand new to MLSP, do you have a favorite marketing strategy? And knowing what you know now, what would be your first marketing strategy that you would focus on mastering to get leads?
I would use the whole Twitter, Instagram thing, where you can post them both pretty much the same. And Matt, as you've done in your training, the critical point is you want to get new people on. You want to get new eyes on it all the time. So if you use the Instagram training, the Twitter training, where you're following and then unfollowing and posting, just with Twitter and Instagram. Even to this day, that's where I get most of my leads. Is probably a little more for Twitter than Instagram. It seems to go in streaks, but I would definitely recommend those two because you can do those simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of free apps that there's training on that help you automate those things. So that's what I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But I would also say, what do you like to do? If somebody likes Facebook or whatever, they can do what it is they do. I mean, I had never, ever posted on Facebook. I had a picture of me when I did an Ironman in 2007 that my daughter had set up, and I had not posted one thing. And then last year, I was like, wow. And thanks to you guys, you helped me change the whole my whole Facebook. So
yeah, we saw your picture when you first came in as a lead, reaching out to you on Facebook, and we're like, wow, this guy's a go-getter. He was in an Ironman competition.
Yeah, exactly, 7 years ago.
Right.
Awesome. Well, that is great stuff, Ed. And again, you've just really taken the training that you've gotten through MLSP, and you've really just you're just really regurgitating it. I mean, you're one of the things that I see as being just a huge element of your success is how you're just taking things and you're implementing them. And every day you're out there getting in front of your audience, whether it's through video, whether it's through Instagram posts, and you are providing value to your audience, and it's awesome. You're just rocking it, and Matt and I are just super excited to to just see everything that you're doing, and excited to see what's next for you. So do you have any questions for Ed?
Yeah,
I've lost my train of thought, so I'm going to pass it over to Matt real quick.
I would say, Ed, what was the biggest after you kind of got into it and started marketing and just, was able to finally get focused, what was the biggest aha moment that you had in getting focused? Like, what was it that pulled you off of the shiny object syndrome thing? And then, then you're like, man, I just need to get focused. What was it that got you focused?
First of all, I'm not 100% focused yet, so let's not get crazy.
It's all right.
But no, it's
okay, right?
Yeah. Hey, the truth is, I realized, especially when I do the unfollows and the follows with Twitter, it's just immediately you get leads. You get leads immediately, and it's just action. The more action you do, like the top leaders, well, they've mastered them all. So for every activity I'm doing, they're doing 20. Yeah. Because they got it down pat already. So you need to do it consistently, and then once you learn it, like when I see the Twitter, if I follow and unfollow whatever the maximum number is, you'll immediately, lead flow will pick up. It's immediate. And I'm sure that goes across every one of the strategies that's out there. If you do it consistently and you do it in quantity, you'll get leads. Yeah, that's it. You'll get leads. It's just, but that really, when I want to say, Matt, when you did that actual training, which was like 3 months ago.
Maybe even longer than that. I think it might have been springtime. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know how fast the time goes, crazy.
Yeah.
And then you just see it. And the other thing that's crazy is you get people think, oh my gosh, everybody's doing it. And they're not. Not everybody. It's just the markets are getting so much bigger. There's so many people on social media all the time. There's just so much more opportunity. And just put the value out there. Put things out. Put them out. A few weeks ago, they had we had that Wednesday training with Rob Four. About the blog and everything. It was amazing, but he said, really, you're not going to get any traction for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When he puts something on the internet, and here's a guy who's a celebrity when it comes to that and the blogging and all that stuff, and just put it out there. Just get it out, get the content, and keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That was gonna be my next question for you is, when you talk about being consistent, what is consistency to you? you know, what do you feel is, what's kind of been the benchmark for you of you know, focusing on a strategy, or, you know, doing a particular type of campaign or something? Do you have you found kind of a sweet spot of days where you start to see results from that in your own personal marketing?
Yeah, I try to do about 4 or 5 Instagram posts a day,
Mhm.
and then the Twitter, I do a lot of the automated Twitter stuff, but I put, I'm gonna say maybe a dozen Twitter posts a day.
Mhm.
You know, because they're quick, you just pop them out, and the Instagrams go to the Twitter, so that's always good. And then I try to do 4 videos a week is my
Wow.
goal, and I post them on my blog. Now, you know, when I started, which wasn't long ago, we didn't even have the blog on MLSP, and that's a whole nother key feature. And I didn't even know what a blog was. I had no idea. I didn't know what that was. So there really are a lot of tools out there. As crazy as it is, people don't give it time. I mean, yeah, I know there's a 10-day trial, but really in 10 days, you're going to know this much. Give yourself a chance. It does work. It only works for those who do it. If you're not going to put the time in, and I think it was Cesar Rodriguez said it on his webinar one time, hey, if you're not going to join, don't join. Don't do a trial. Just join and make yourself do it. Learn. Why would people who make all this money do this? Because when they sell their product on the webinars, they don't make any money.
Mm-hmm.
As we all know, that goes to the person who sponsored you. So I don't know if that answered the question, but I think it's important for people to follow and make a realistic plan. Think of it. If you have an hour, do an hour a day, meet one person online, build your network, build your web, whatever you want to call it. And over time, it'll get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
the time's going to pass anyway.
We'll say that again.
I said the time's going to pass anyway.
Yeah, you may as well use it doing something, you know?
Well,
yeah.
I kind of want to touch on something that you said. You know, you're throwing some pretty impressive numbers out there as far as massive action. You know, 4 or 5 Instagram posts a day, you know, 12 tweets a day, 4 videos a week. And, you know, just for those of you on the call that are brand new, this is not, I'm guessing, I know that, Ed, that you weren't doing this right out of the gate when you first joined MLSP. So this is,
no.
You know, this is definitely, you know, something that you work up to, but I think that that's, you know, that those are some great goals to shoot for. Even if you're if you're brand new and you are still working a full-time job, or, you know, you have a lot of restrictions on your time. Everybody, and April Marie tells me this all the time, because sometimes, you know, I like to complain about not having enough time and make excuses about why I'm not, you know, taking the actions that I know I need to succeed. And she says, you know, everybody has time to do an Instagram post. Everybody has time to do a tweet. And, you know, if you just get in the habit of doing that, that's a foundation that you can build from. And I really believe, you know, that whenever you're starting a brand new marketing strategy, you have to commit to it, to doing it, you know, as much or as little as you can, but you have to commit to doing it every day for 90 days. So if you only have time to do 1 Instagram post a day, great. Make up your mind to do 1 Instagram post a day for 90 days, and don't get hung up in the results until you get to day 91. You shouldn't even, in my opinion, you shouldn't even be looking at the results, because, you know, if you're looking at your results after 2 days and you're not getting 20 leads, you know, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. So have expectations. Most of us, when we come into MLSP, we're brand new to online marketing. We're brand new to being entrepreneurs. Most of us have worked for other people our whole lives, and it's a huge mind shift. I mean, you've got to give yourself time to develop the belief yourself, develop the skill sets, learn the language, attract the audience. It's a lot of stuff that you get to learn through MLSP, so don't have unrealistic expectations that you're going to make $10,000 next week.
Yeah, I was going to piggyback off what April's saying too. You know, even if you start off with one post and you're consistent with it, you're going to figure out how to do it faster. It's just going to, you know, just repetition alone is going to make you quicker at doing one post. So before you know it, you'll be able to do more than one post a day. It just takes some time. If it's taking you, you know, a couple of hours to get one post done, that's okay. You know, just get the one post done and get it up and get it going. And then, you know, come back to it the next day. And then you'll start to think about it more, and you'll be like, okay, what can I do to make this better? You know, and that's the mind of an entrepreneur. That's the mind of an online network marketer or an online marketer just in general. It's what can I do to make myself more efficient and more effective and better at what I'm doing. So.
Yep, it's great.
Absolutely. Now, just to give you an idea for brand new people that I had no idea. In April, I forget if it was February or March when you showed me the Instagram. You helped me set up my account. So it's either February or March. And as of today, I have 9,817 followers.
Wow,
Nice.
that's awesome.
From whatever that time was. And my Twitter is around 6,000 from zero. From zero. I know, you know, it is what it is, but it just, that's a decent amount in that amount of time, but I'm nothing special. It's just, anybody can do it. It's just
absolutely
being consistent.
You know, and that reminds me of something I wanted to say earlier, Ed, because yeah, that's a great point. First off, you know, Matt and I are pretty good examples of that too. We took April Marie's Instagram Insta Lead Magic course. It hasn't even been a year ago. And both of us have, well, I have over 15,000 followers and Matt has over 17,000 followers.
Yeah, I just hit
Instagram
over 17,000 followers yesterday.
And you know, and again, we've got a lot of followers on Twitter, and again, it's just come from consistent daily action. And while we're talking about that, Sherry had a question that ties right into this discussion. And her questions, she says, I just learned about the follow and unfollow today. When you say that you get leads right away, are they actual leads, or are you just getting notifications that these folks are following you? So what we're talking about, Sherry, is we're talking about actual people that click on your link from Twitter and enter their name and email info into one of your lead capture pages. And so in order to have that happen, you have to have a URL set up in your Twitter bio. And then there's also a strategy that that we use called a direct message. So this would be when somebody follows you back on Twitter, they automatically receive a message from you asking them a question and giving them an opportunity to click another link. And we will, I think that we have that Twitter training that Matt and I did for MLSP, or we have another one that we did very similar to that in the Facebook group.
Yeah.
So,
and then it's also in the MLSP back office. Mm-hmm. If you go to MLSP
here, I'll just show
in the training there, yeah, April's just going to pull it up real quick. But if you just go into the training, it's right there. There's a webinar, and Brian was very kind to April and I. Brian Finale was very kind to us in putting our training back up there in the back office. For us and for everybody really to be able to you know, to utilize that. And so it's, you know, we wanted to make it as simple as possible and as straightforward as possible so that you could just sit down and follow it along and pause it and get everything set up the right way and then just start doing it. So
all right, guys, so just let me know here if you can see my screen. Ed, can you see my screen okay?
Yep.
All right, so what Matt's talking about, guys, if you're interested in learning more about the Twitter strategy that we're talking about, you can go to your MLSP back office, go to your training tabs and marketing strategies, and you're just going to come down to social networking and click on Twitter. And then there is there's some basic Twitter training. And this is all the fundamentals. So if you've never been on Twitter before, you want to check these out. And then when you get down here to phase 2, leverage Twitter to get leads. This is the video that we're talking about right here, guys. This is the strategy that we use every day, and we've shared it with Ed. We've shared it with the MLSP community as well. So if that's something that you're more interested in checking out, you can go and watch this video right here, and we lay it out step by step exactly what we do every day on Twitter.
Yeah, and please, if you have questions too, please find us on Facebook, hit us up in the group, in the Mastermind United group, ask your questions there, or personally send us a message. Usually April and I are pretty quick on getting back to people on Messenger as well. So, you know, please, you know, if a question is holding you up from getting things done, please ask the question, you know.
Also, you guys, we have if you go in our MLSP Mastermind Group United, we have I'm talking about the Facebook page. There's a Files tab right under the banner on the page, and there we have it's like Matt and April's Twitter cheat sheet or something like that. So it's a checklist that you can print out and use while you're getting all this Twitter strategy started, so you have a reference for it. Also, I highly recommend checking out April Marie Tucker's Instagram training in the back office as well. That's also going to get you the fundamentals. We started generating leads with that training that's already in the back office, and then we just took it to a whole new level when we got the Insta Lead Magic course. So yeah, those are the two primary training tools that we point most of our new affiliates to.
Yeah, and like Ed was saying too, Twitter and Instagram really work simultaneously with each other. And you know, Twitter, it used to be that it's just a sea of text, you know, sea of text flowing by just as fast as it could go. And Twitter's actually slowed it down a little bit by taking away a lot of the automation type of stuff that they allowed back then, so what people weren't even on there. You know, they kind of forced people to you know, humanize their accounts a little bit and get back in there. But for the most part, you know, you can still stand out fairly easily with images. And so if you use you know, if you're posting a picture to Instagram, you want to use, you know, we use that app. I know April Marie Tucker has talked about it quite a bit too, because she uses it as well. It's called If This Then That, and it's just called If. If you type that in to your app browser on your phone, but you can have it so that it posts a native picture to Twitter on there, not just a link. So you'll get the picture there too, and that just it looks way better on your account than in just all the links and hashtags and all the crap that you put out there on your Twitter feed. You know, if you got a great picture that you're sharing on Instagram, you know, double it over and use it on Twitter as well, and it really works well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So.
you can build totally unique audiences on each platform, because you're going to get different people on different, because a lot of people are on Instagram that aren't on Twitter and vice versa. In fact, we had this, we actually on our direct message, a lot of times we're asking people when they follow us, we're saying, hey, you know, have you made the jump to Instagram or something to that effect? And then we're pointing them to an Instagram training. And I just remember it cracked us up this one day. This gal on Twitter was like, I'm just figuring out Twitter. What the heck is Instagram?
Yeah, she used a little bit more colorful language though, but it was pretty funny, and it just made us laugh. She's just like, you know, what the blank is Instagram,
Yeah.
and we just laughed because, you know,
Was that
people
me?
don't know what it is.
Yeah, and all of that points back to something that Ed was saying earlier, which is that when you get started in MLSP, it's really easy to think that all these people know all of this stuff and you're the only one that doesn't know it. But all you have to do is spend a couple days on Instagram or on Twitter or on Facebook. Go to any network marketing or direct sales or home business group on Facebook, and you're going to see that 90% of the people don't understand attraction marketing at all, and you're already in the 2% of the industry just by being a part of this community and plugging into these trainers. trainings, guys. So I just want to encourage you, even if you got started 2 hours ago, if you've watched any of the training, you are already ahead of most of the people in the industry.
What were you going to say, Ed? You were going to say something?
No, I said, was that me? Who said that on there when about the Instagram?
No, that wasn't you. That's another lady that we reached out to. So.
Hey,
Okay.
I want to address something that Sherry said in the chat too. Sherry, I just want you to know that any help that you need, the Facebook group, our MLSP Mastermind Group United Facebook group is a great place to ask questions. Tag myself or April Tucker or Matt Finley, and we'll see those notifications. I'll admit that I'm not the best at getting on Facebook every day just because I get sucked into cat videos and stuff like that. So I try to practice some restraint. But if you put a post out there and you tag one of us in it, we'll see it and we'll help you out. Also, this weekly coaching that we do, even though we're on here talking about other stuff, you can always go into the Q&A and ask a question if you need more clarification about something. That's exactly what the purpose of this training is to get your questions answered. So, Sherry, I hope that helps you, and I just want to encourage you, don't be shy. And Matt says we have a question, so let me pop over there. Okay. So Elisa asks, hey Elisa, with Crowdfire, do you have the paid version?
We pay for the $5 for the year to unlock the features. So what you do is it'll ask you if you want to unlock more unfollows for Crowdfire, and you just say yes and then pay for it through iTunes or whatever your application account is. I'm not an Android user, so I don't know what that's called, particularly on those phones, but I know that it works the same way. You just go in there, and it's only $5 for the whole year. So if you think about it, it's less than 2 cents a day. So yes, we do pay for Crowdfire, but only $5.
And Sherry, in answer to your question, so what this training is, this is not an MLSP hosted training. This is a private group coaching that April Marie Tucker has set up for her MLSP referrals, anybody that her team member refers in, and Matt and I, whoever we refer in. April is our referring member as well. So this is a special coaching that's not open to the rest of the community, and this is a great place where you can come and get those questions answered, because there's not nearly as many of us on this coaching as there would be on a normal MLSP community webinar. So we're going to see stuff. You'll notice that the chat is not scrolling constantly like it would be in one of the other webinars. So we can see, we can see questions, we can get them answered, and we have the time here to go more in depth into your questions. So I hope that helps. And then what we have is, what I was referring to is we have a Facebook group. It's called the MLSP Mastermind Group United, and it's a private group on Facebook. So it is separate from the MyLead System Pro community page.
Yeah, and if you're a part of that group, you would have been added by either us or April Tucker. So I think there's only a couple of admins for the group, and it's only for our personal group that we've sponsored in MLSP, not really open for outside teams and stuff like that to access, although these trainings do go up onto YouTube and they can be watched by pretty much anybody.
It's the Freedom Posse. This is the elite group here.
The Freedom Posse.
I hope that answers your question, Sherry. Oh, so you
There's
said
another question
you're in
too.
April's MLSP group. Could somebody tell me where to find the group? Yeah, absolutely. So all right, Quintella, I'll get to your question in just a sec here. Let me just do another screen share real quick. Sherry, I'm going to show you where to go on Facebook to get access to that group. And I believe that you are in there already, because I think you've posted a couple times. All right, so once you go into Facebook, if you just type in MLSP Mastermind Group United. This should hopefully pop up for you, Sherry. And then just to make it easy for you to find in the future, once you go to that group, you can click these 3 little buttons right here. Can you guys see my screen? Ed, can you see my screen, by the way?
Yep.
Okay, great.
Yes, I can.
So you guys just click on these 3 little buttons right here. And you should have an option which says add to favorites. And once you do that, it's going to pop up a link to this group page right over here on your Facebook page. Okay, so that's how you can kind of bookmark this group within Facebook so you can return to it frequently. All right, and then the other thing, while we're here, guys, I was mentioning that we have the Twitter cheat sheet that you guys can check out if you're working that Twitter strategy. So on our Facebook page, just go to Files, and let's see,
your
Twitter cheat sheet right here. So you guys can go and check this out. Matt wants me to open it. I don't really think that's necessary. Do you want me to open that?
No, I don't. I said open it because I don't care.
Okay, so here you go, guys. All right, so if you want to check that out, it's a 2-page cheat sheet, everything that we do every day to do our Twitter strategy. The Files is also great. If you guys didn't know this, if you're new to the group, we have a document here where you can add your Instagram information so that other people in the group can go and follow you, and we can, follow each other and like and comment on each other's stuff. This 2015 recorded group coaching sessions. This is every team coaching, every weekly team coaching that we've done this year.
Yeah, that's where this will go as soon as it gets posted in the group. It'll go into that section right there as well.
So you guys should definitely come back here and check it out. April's put some really great stuff back here. You can list your fan page to get folks in the group to like it. So anytime you update one of these documents with your information, it actually puts a post on the main page. So if you're new to our team and you're looking for some resources, come here and check the files first and see if there's something back here that addresses the questions that you're wanting to ask. And if not, go to the discussion and just make a post. Again, tag April Marie Tucker or Matt or myself in the post, and one of us should see it and get back to you. And so let me go kill my screen share really quick here.
Close that back out, and then we have another question.
Okay. All right, so we've got a question from Quintella. Hello, I am setting up the autoresponder. Which do you suggest is the best one to use? That's a great question.
Yeah, I would say if you've never used an autoresponder before and you're not sure which one, which probably is the case because you wouldn't be asking if you hadn't. But I would suggest the GVO account that is a free. They give you a free user account if you're an MLSP member for the first 500 subscribers. So you definitely want to learn how to use your autoresponder, and that's the best one to use in the beginning because it's not an added expense. You can just do that because normally you're going to end up dropping another $20, $25 a month for an autoresponder. And in the beginning, especially if you don't have a lot of people that you're talking to and you're just in the beginning of stages of generating leads, you want to get you want to be getting the ability to communicate with those leads that you are getting, and that is with the GVO account. So, and that's inside MLSP under My Autoresponders, and it should be under the My Account tab, and then My Autoresponders, and you should be able to sign up for it right there. And there's step-by-step instructions also on that page to follow to set up the GVO account.
But I think along those lines, you also want to plan to switch over to Aweber. What is it, $20 a month, depending on how many subscribers you have. That's something that you want to plan to do in the future when you Because
I wouldn't say that it's necessary. AWeber's necessarily for everybody though. So
okay.
it's just personal preference. GVO works just
if you're
fine.
going to grow a big list beyond 500 people, you're going to want to get AWeber, and that's what everybody on this group is going to do. Is going to have lists over 500 people. So start out with GVO, but know in your marketing budget that you want to make some room for AWeber down the road. And also, Quintella, we did a group coaching. I want to say it was back on October 5th, or it may have been the week before that on September 28th. And April went really in depth. April Tucker went really in depth on, just setting up the autoresponder and, types of things that you can email out to your list. So if that's something that you're brand new to, go back to the MLSP Mastermind Facebook group that I just did a screen share of, go to files, go to the 2015 coaching sessions and look for that recording of that team coaching back from, I think it was October 5th or possibly the week before, which was September 28th. All right, awesome. Great questions. All right, great. All right, so Ed, we've got a couple more minutes here. What are your goals for this next quarter going into 2016? You want to share with us some of the stuff that you're working on?
Well, it's funny you said that, because I'm a big proponent of activity versus results, because I've found that you do get frustrated if you say, hey, I want to go to L3 in 2 hours. I want to make 10 grand next month. And it's unrelated to MLSP, but I recommend to everybody in my company that I get involved to read a book called Go for No. And it's all about activity, being consistent. Next month, doing more than this month, because you can't determine the results. And if you get caught up in the results, you're going to be frustrated. You're going to be inconsistent. You're going to be emotional. Hey, what can you do next week? And I have all kinds of, gosh, I don't even know. I put it away. Anyway, I keep track of when I make a post, I put a little check mark. So my goals are activity related, which I know for a fact will eventually, you plant seeds. You got to plant seeds. And that's what this is about, planting seeds. Mm-hmm. And we talked about that Wednesday night webinar, which I got off of the webinar at 12:30. I don't know what time, 12:30 Eastern, that Rob Ford did about a month ago. But,
yeah.
He said at least 6 months you have to plan before you even see any results. Not to be evasive. I mean, of course, I want to move forward in advance, but the key is the activity. People hang up on you. They don't do it. It just is. Plant more seeds. Mm-hmm. Because reality of it is everything you put on the internet's out there. And so you don't know who's going to see it, when they're going to see it. And I've moved a lot of my strategies to video just because it's out there and it's the future. I mean, I find myself, I'm a visual person. So I half the time, if I get a blog that's not a video, I don't even really read it. So, not to be, the thing is activity. It's all about activity. And you can only do what you can do. How much time you're going to put in, even if it's a half hour, what can you do in a half hour?
I think that's a really
great strategy and do one.
You have to always be looking for pockets of time. I mean, I know that's a challenge that we have a lot of times because we have kids, we have family, we have other outside responsibilities. I still have a corporate job, so definitely you have to look for the pockets of time and just make sure that you're doing something every day to move your business forward. So yeah, guys, go check out that book that Ed recommended, Go for No. You can get it if you haven't used audible.com. You can do a free 30-day download, and so you could kind of check out the book for free on audible.com. You can also I saw that it is on YouTube, and it looks like there's an audible of the book. It's about an hour and 18 minutes long. So if you just wanted to
Yeah,
go to
it's quick.
yeah, you could go check it out. But yeah, that's a great recommendation, Ed. It's awesome.
Yeah, hey, and work on yourself. There's a lot of great mindset stuff too in MLSP. It's really, that's the key.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely agree with that. If your mindset's not right, you're gonna be running around in circles. So.
Yeah.
And Matt, what are you gonna do next Sunday?
I'm gonna root for the Broncos, but actually, it's a bye week, so I guess I might be rooting for
next Sunday. It's next Sunday.
Right. Yeah.
We'll root for the Packers next week, just for you, Ed. So, guys, does anybody else have any questions for Ed, or just any other questions before we close out here for the evening? Tracy Adams says, I was going to say, Tracy Adams says, very encouraging. I'm thinking of new strategies. Awesome. So thank you, Tracy. Glad that you were inspired by Ed's story tonight. Go ahead, Ed.
Well, the one last thing is, and Matt's helped me so many times with the technical part, but don't let that stop you. Don't get caught up in the technical, which I do at times. It gets you crazy, but it can be figured out. It can be figured out. Go back to the MLSP. There's little step-by-step things you can follow. Don't let that stop you, because that was my big challenge.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
True. Yep, there's going to be obstacles, but there's always going to be obstacles, and they say that the greatest leaders are the ones that just learn how to bust through the obstacles the quickest.
Yeah, it's not about the things that happen to you. It's how you take care of the things that happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right. Hey, Lisa Frazier has a question. Can I use all MLSP links to like the SSF link? And I'm not sure.
SSF?
Yeah, what's SSF, Lisa?
Success Story Friday. Can I use all Emily?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep. So you go into the blog, Lisa.
Blog.myleadsystempro.com.
So let me just do this, because this can kind of be a little tricky. Let me just share this really quick. All right.
Just go to blog.mlsp. Or you can do it that way. There you go. Right there. Just open it up there. There you go.
Can you guys see my screen okay?
Yep. Just go to blog.
Yep.
You got it.
Shut up.
Shut up, man. Shut up.
Okay. So what you would do here is when you're on the MLSP blog, you need to come all the way down to the bottom here. And if you've never registered, you need to go ahead and register, and it will ask for a username or email, which will be the same username or email that you used when you signed up for MLSP. But you'll be asked to set up a different password that's different from your MLSP
Yeah, this
office.
isn't the same as MLSP's back office. This is a different website. This is a WordPress blog website, and you'll need to set up a separate account, and it'll bring you into the back office of this WordPress blog once you're there. And you're going to need some information from MLSP, but there's videos back there that show you exactly what you need. You're going to need to add like your username for MLSP and stuff, so that once you are logged in, it's going to look like this. So go ahead and like tweet it out or something just to show that link. So open up the Success Story Friday post.
Okay. Why doesn't it have our doohickey up here?
I don't know.
So once you log in, it should show. Maybe I didn't do it right. Hang on, let's try this again. I feel like I had this problem before when I was trying to help somebody else. Oh, maybe I don't have the right password. Is it different from the other one? You don't remember?
Yeah, I don't know. I just have it
Okay,
set up on mine. I
so-
don't look at it.
So again, guys, just go register. Make sure that you set up a password that you can remember, and then once you log in, it'll say welcome. It says welcome Matt in April up in. Okay, let me try this again. Let me see if I can get this to come up here.
There
Yay!
it is. All
Okay.
right. So yeah, it brings you into the back. Like I said, you need your MLSP username, and you need a contact information and all that stuff filled out. And once you are, go back to the post there.
So yeah, so you want to make sure that it's saying howdy and your name in the upper right corner, and then you can click on the post. All right, and then
You can go to the.
you come down here to your little share buttons. Where's the one to just grab the link?
No, just
You can just grab
yeah,
any of them, right?
yeah, just hit it there. And once you do the Twitter one, because you can actually see your username on the end just to show what it looks like.
Okay. Okay, there we go.
So yeah, see how at the end of it says $ID equals Matt Finley. That means that this, if anybody then clicks on this particular link after we share it out in the social media, then any because there's an opt-in page on here, there's all sorts of different things that people can, and then they're going to be cookied to you. So if they're screwing around on the the MLSP blog and they opt in to see the video and to see the training, you're going to get that lead, and if they sign up, you're going to get the sales from it too. So it's a great way to share a lot of content that you don't have to write yourself. And I know Ed does this a lot. He shares these posts a lot, and I'm sure he gets leads from them all the time. So
yeah,
Yep.
So just one thing to keep in mind is that if you're going to share these links, make sure at the end of the URL it has this tracking code with your MLSP username. Okay?
but you have to have it set up in order for it to work.
Yes. So Lisa, did that answer your question?
She said thanks.
All right, great. All right. All right, good. I think we got to all of the questions.
I have a raised hand.
Oh, we have a raised hand. Let's see here.
Attendees. I'll show you his hands raised.
Oh, okay.
It's Lisa's. Okay, cool.
Okay, Lisa, did we get your question that you had your hand raised for? I think we did. Okay. All right, anybody else? Any other questions? Going once? Going twice? All right, awesome. Ed, I want to say thank you so much for coming out with us tonight and just sharing with everybody a little bit about your story and your journey, and you're doing awesome. You're getting awesome results, and you're not doing anything that anybody else can't do. Like Ed was saying, he didn't have any special education or skill set when he came into MLSP. He was brand new, and he just started watching some trainings and implementing what he learned. So we hope that encouraged everybody, and we're excited to see, bring more and more people out from this group who are hitting L1 and higher. And we're just here to help you guys succeed and encourage you. So hope you guys have an awesome evening. Ed, thanks again for coming out. And
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. You guys are the best. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody. Take care. Have a good night.
Everybody.